That's the one I want. That's all the stuff I want. Yay! I've got it all. I think. I've watched so much weird shit. I missed a fucking show I forgot to watch. Ow, wow. Ow, wow. I just want to double check.
I showed dedication by watching it, and you're just like, nope, not gonna do it.
How many shows have you watched this week?
I've actually watched a fair amount. Also, no intro, by the way.
Shit, we should probably Welcome back to the
Welcome back to the
Weebs.
Weekly Podcast. I said it first. Yeah, so basically we're... Are we gonna roll with that, by the way?
Oh, fuck it, yeah, I'm just... Yeah, I'll find a point where I decided this should start. You've seen the recent episodes. We'll get the black and white to show this is unserious shit. Or coming soon. And then, there we go.
So, from seasonal stuff, we've been taking a bit of a break. So this is our, like, technically, like, it's been 2 weeks since we've talked about seasonal shows.
More or less, yeah.
I'm gonna be brutally honest, I don't know what we did last week.
We tried our new game, Sub or Dom. You know, everyone tuned in for that, I'm sure.
Wait.
Past that,
No,
I don't
everyone
honestly
skipped
know
over it.
what the shit we talked about.
It's got like
my
7 views.
Passionate.
No one watched it.
Well, I had my passionate speech about My Hero. I honestly don't know what
You
the
just
last
want to get
episode
straight
contains,
into that, don't you?
and I really want to get into that because I never like really message you between recordings for anything anime related because I'm like, no, we save the anime shit for when we're
strictly platonic. Every other scenario except when we record.
Yeah, then it's the best friend Weebs. And
yeah.
I literally, like, this week, I had to message you, like, you're watching it. You're watching it. I don't give a shit. Watch. I didn't care what you had to fucking not do. I didn't care if there was a funeral that you should have gone to. If that funeral got in the way of you watching My Hero, I expected you to watch My Hero this week.
I did watch it just before dinner.
And that's all that matters. So that
I'm
means
gonna be honest. I skipped through a lot of it, just like left click, right click, just trying to just get through those first couple of episodes that I left off on because I was just like, well, I have to get up to where he wants me to get up to. So yeah,
you haven't missed like much in the way of like content by skipping a load of the earlier episodes. There are so many things there, okay? Like, firstly, I want to lodge a complaint. So we took a little break for a week. Then we got the like new episode with Endeavor. And then, you know, we've got the most recent episode, which I'm it's so fucking good. We've got a like 2-week break now for some reason. No episodes. Why? Olympics? Apparently people think I give a shit about the Olympics. I don't fucking care about the Olympics. I want my fucking anime.
Have you not heard of the Drop Dead Animator Olympics?
Yeah, I want them to...
You don't know about that?
No.
Oh, you're missing it.
Oh, good sir. But like...
Every year... No, it goes on until someone dies.
My kind of Olympics.
That's what the Olympics should have been about. That's what they were about.
Yeah.
Now it's all goody
Real
goody.
dedication to the craft.
Speaking of dedication, I did binge through season 7 to get up to this most recent episode, and I really liked the past 3 episodes. I didn't mind them.
Yeah,
I thought
these last 3
they really
good.
showed what MHA could do if they tried. But it feels like sometimes they don't try.
For one, I don't know what it is about this season. I'm going to make like a little wallpaper for my computer, I've decided. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to screen cap every fucking face shot that they've put into this that is deeply unsettled me. Because every episode so far has fucking had one. And you know exactly what I mean. There's just that random point where for some reason they've drawn it and it doesn't sit right. But... the last like 3 episodes have been everything that I have wanted my hero to be, and it's so.
I think it proves my point a little bit more that MHA gets good when it subverts from what season 1 was.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. 100%.
So season 1's very entry level shonen anime. And now people are just fucking dying. Oh, and to be fair, in season... I don't know if it was season 4 or season 5, people were dying. But, like, it was still
5.
at that barrier. No, it was probably season 5. We're still at that barrier where we could just go back to the kiddie shonen anime, but we're not at that point. But now... I think they're going to lean into it a lot more. Especially these last 3 episodes have been pretty full on. And I'm on board with it.
They have been so intense. And, like, to be honest, like, with this episode, like, we should obviously warn anyone who's watching this. Because our show is kind of timed out for English dubs. And, this means spoiler alert for any of you. This finna hurt because with
it's your own fault for not watching
dead,
sub. He said it.
Like,
he didn't give much more of a spoiler warning.
Yeah, they don't fucking need one, alright? Like, watch the sub or accept what the world can offer you here, alright?
To be fair, it's been blasted all over my feed. Like, on TikTok and on Twitter. Because I knew that he died before I watched it, and I got spoiled, and I was like, great, sick.
No. This is, to be fair, I think, like, someone I watch quite often is, like, Chibi Reviews, and I think, like, his video popped up maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours after the episode came out, and he starts with, so Bakugo's dead. I'm like, okay, no spoiler warnings there. Thank fuck I've already watched the episode. You son of a bitch. You psychopath. No offense to the man. Love his videos. Good content, but what a psycho. But it's one of those where, like...
I wouldn't do that, but he's got balls. He can do that if he wants to.
Well, I think... when I watched it, when it happened, I kind of just stared at my screen for a second, like, I fucking called it. Because I remembered, like, what, 2, 3, 4 weeks ago now, me saying I was watching the outro for the first time, and I realised something that just made me go, shit, Bakugo's gonna die, isn't he? Bakugo's gonna die. It's not confirmed, but he's gonna die. And then he died, and oh, the fucking audacity when he finally went to, like... Bakugo for that like split moment of a fight was probably my favorite hero of all time that I've ever seen. Like that was.
I really want to say something mean.
Bakugo. Go on, say something mean.
I really want to say something mean. It just proves that Bakugo is just MHA's Vegeta.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I like him. Vegeta's a pretty good
Bro,
character.
he just cannot get a fucking W. Just cannot. Fucking unlocks a new ability and then just dies.
Yeah, but to be fair,
That's
like,
such a Vegeta thing to do, though.
I am the legendary Super Saiyan. Dead.
I am Super Vegeta. Just fucking dies.
Like, to be fair, no, this is like reminiscent of when Vegeta fucking, or when what's his name, Beerus slaps Bulma, and it's that one moment Vegeta goes just more powerful than Goku to still get his ass handed to him 2 seconds later, and like.
Yep. This is what I mean. He had a W and then immediately died. Fucking.
But I think the thing is,
it's such a Vegeta moment.
With these last 2 episodes, obviously you've had the Endeavor and All For One fight, which left on like one hell of a cliffhanger. So I want to see what the fuck's happening there. But with the like fight with Bakugo and the others, it's one of those where like they've put in, well, there's like a lot of character development that's shown very quickly in these 2 episodes, because you have the thing where it's like when he's first goes to attack Shigaraki, All For One, whatever you want to call him, and he starts his little monologue about and it's the fact that he names every person present, like all of his classmates, the people who he has never once said the name of any individual in his class. They have always been the extras with nicknames.
Yeah.
Like, I think the only one he's not given a nickname to is, like, Kirishima. Because him and Kirishima are, like, friends. That's it. Like, you have everyone else is just some sort of fucking name. And then it's just that moment where, like, you all of a sudden see this growth that must have occurred within him, where it's like, no, I get it now. Like, to be a good hero, I actually have to kind of give a shit about the extras. I'm not allowed to just look down on them. So it's one of those where it's like, they did this so well because they just gave me the character growth that he needed to be a good hero. They just made him OP as shit for a split second, and then they shattered those dreams in an instant as he's like literally there like, hey Izuku, can I catch up? And I heard that and I was like, oh shit, this is where he's gonna die. Like, I was like confident that this was the moment, like, he's dead now, right? There is no coming back from this. And then just that utter disrespect from them when they throw his body essentially across the screen like a rag doll. Like, man's gone. That's just a lifeless sack now.
Yeah.
Oh, it hurt.
It honestly annoys me because Bakugo has a lot of potential to be a very good character in the same sort of way that Vegeta has become a good character. A bit more of a redemption arc, and like, I kind of just wanted him to live, to be honest. I wouldn't mind if he had like this power up, got smacked, and then lived, but the effects of him dying, I don't know if I hate it or like it. I'm leaning more into hating it. I personally don't like it. And that's not me being like a Bakugo shield or anything. I genuinely don't give a fuck about him in any sort of way. I just think him dying is for shock value.
See, I think to an extent, it's one of those where you could kind of, with the way that you've seen All For One act against Endeavor, and like he's made the point that when he was fighting Endeavor and Endeavor ripped his arm off and shit, he's like, Endeavor is like the embodiment of All Might against him. Like, he's like, you're making me feel the same level of fear I once felt when I was fighting that man. To kind of show the comprehension of who these people are like to him and why he can fight them so callously. And it's like, you see that Bakugo, in his mind, when he starts to fight him and Bakugo starts to become a problem, that he starts thinking about the second wielder of One For All. And it's like, you should have been like nothing to me, similar to like what I considered him to be, because like he was just an extra that was around the quirk, never really anything more. But at the same time, I'm like, I think that's the thing of like, I honestly, part of me's like, I reckon Bakugo's not dead. I reckon like by the end of this, Aries gonna have brought him back to life because she can rewind time, so she can unexplode the heart easy. She's done everything else like this.
Yeah, but
so.
where the fuck is she? Where is she?
Why is she not in the fucking
I haven't seen her in 2
right
seasons. I haven't seen her in 2 seasons. Like, where the fuck? She's literally shown in like passing shots. We get like 8 frames of her in the last 2 seasons, and like one of them is literally when Mirio comes back to finally fighting because he has his quirk again, and that's just
hey, I need you to use your powers. So we know she's got good control and capability. It bothered me when they didn't give Aizawa back his eye and his leg, because I'm like, you literally have the greatest healer. She can rewind you back to your youth, give you an extra fucking 50 years of prime you if you wanted. Like, use her. I get that she's a child, but let's be real here. Use her. Use her right now. She's super fucking effective. It's like someone saying, hey, I've got a time machine. We could stop this.
It's kind of weird that All Might doesn't get his powers back. Like, he just doesn't ask for it.
Yeah, I know, right? Like... There's so many things where, like, you're like, you could fucking... Well, I thought this when Night Eye died. I'm like, well, surely just put his corpse on ice for a bit, get her to master the powers, and within a year, he'll be back. He's got an extremely useful quirk, you know? It might be nice to have him hanging around. But no. We just kill people.
Yeah, we just... Just really... I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of the way he goes. It's very... I keep saying it's very Vegeta-like, but I'm not saying that in a good way. Because it pisses me off when Vegeta doesn't get a W. Because I'm a Vegeta stan.
This is almost the equivalent of the Vegeta Majin Buu, like Babidi Majin Buu fight thing, where he just...
I don't think it's that bad. Because otherwise he would have sacrificed himself to try and kill him, but he didn't. He just tried to, like, 1v1 him and failed. This is more like him doing a final flash against Jiren and getting his ass kicked.
I mean, that's disrespectful. I feel like he was... I feel like he had hit the point where he was willing to lay down his life.
It's not on the same level as Final Explosion. It's not even close. If he did his own Final Explosion, that would be kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, did he not pretty much? I think the thing is like what we watched was like what would have happened if he was half a second like earlier on that like final flash of his. Because if he was half a second earlier, would have gotten the shot off. But instead, he was half a second late, and his heart was ruptured instead. This could have been the final explosion moment. I think he was robbed of his final explosion moment from the big bad.
I think it would have been better if it was built up more organically and not just shoved down my throat in 24 minutes. Because I think him getting a power-up at like his lowest point could be really good for a climactic ending to an episode. And then the next episode he could like...
die.
It could be like cut between those two or whatever. And then the end of the other episode he dies. I don't know. I don't write this shit, okay?
Don't get me wrong, I'm on side that I would have liked him to be around
the pacing of it is not that great. I don't like it. I feel like his not redemption, but like his realization of what he's done is quickly followed up by his death. It's too quick. And I don't like it.
Yeah, but I think to be fair, that's part of what makes me like it is the fact that it's so quick. I think it's because with normal shows you'd always have it. They realize they then like get a bit stronger, but they don't ever fucking die or really suffer that loss. And I kind of like the idea that essentially what we're looking at is he realized everything he should have realized, but he just realized too late, essentially, in battle for it to benefit him. He went in to try and fucking still hold himself to the high standard that he believes in, and like he finally came to terms with the fact that he has never felt close to equal with Izuku. Like he's said it before, like that he's always disliked him because he felt like Midoriya was like always ahead of him, but like this is the point where he's finally accepted that he has no chance really to catch up, and all he wants to do is be able to catch up to the guy that he's most envious of. It's one of those where like...
So are you saying that Deku's number one? And that only he can do this?
In Bakugo's eyes, I fucking really hope
did you not just catch on for what I just referenced just then? Did you just not catch on for what I just referenced just then?
I don't think he becomes the #1 hero. I think they lied to us from every episode where he's told us that.
No, I'm saying when fucking Goku's fighting fucking Majin Buu and Vegeta's just standing there unable to do anything, he just says that.
Does he say that? It's been a long time since I watched Z.
Yes, he does say that. Oh my god.
But
he goes like, you're better than me. You are the best and all that shit.
I guess, yeah. He's essentially having that moment, but it's it's an internal monologue.
Yeah. So he's basically Vegeta, but he doesn't do any cool shit.
Yeah, but no shit, he's just Vegeta. End. This is shonen. Everything is Dragon Ball Z.
It's just Dragon Ball. God, we're gonna get so much hate for saying
that. No, I'm sorry. You can't hate anyone for saying that. It's a fucking fact. Every single shonen is just Dragon Ball Z remasked. Yeah, they put some different stories in. Yeah, they give them different power sets. But that's all it fucking is. It's always the same shit. Same with isekai. It's kind of like all isekai is just the same shit. You might get a bit of a different story. It's the same thing. I hope I've offended a lot of people with that statement there. Fuck, I hope this video gets dislike bombed.
But we're gonna be like all over TikTok tomorrow and going like, oh my god.
The most controversial opinion.
These fucking dickheads talked about my favourite show from Studio Bones and said it was mid. We didn't say it was mid. It was already mid.
I was going to say I ranked it mid. It was because I ranked it mid, and I've said this before, I'll say it again. The most annoying thing was I ranked it mid, and then the next episode after its 1 week break, it came back with this shit, and it's been fucking good ever since. And you're like, you boys really produced a real mid start to fucking go, oh yeah, nah, we'll start now.
It still doesn't really change my perception of MHA. It betters it, but it doesn't change it.
Yeah.
It's still very deafening for what it does. It has it's very confused sometimes. It doesn't really know what it wants to be, and when they do try something and it goes well, they just never do it again. That's one thing that really pisses me off. Like we had so much good shit in the first 3 seasons. And then it just drops off the face of the planet. No one talks about it.
I mean, yeah, nah. I mean, it's just kind of, it is what it is, my friend.
I mean, yeah.
There is no defense of these things.
No.
But I wanna put something out there about this new episode of My Hero, because there was something that kind of, I guess, it confused me, and it annoyed me a bit. Which is when Bakugo dies. When he dies, he sees the vestige of All Might, yes? Gives him his little speech. Quite an emotional speech, might I add. Actually tugged at my heartstrings a little bit.
You're gonna say the fucking shit about the card.
No, fuck the card. I don't give a shit about the card. I mean, don't get me wrong. I didn't realise he was carrying that card around in his fucking chest this entire time.
Bro carried a card for 7 seasons.
Yeah, and never once fucking, like, showed it to anyone. Fucking nuts. But, fucking no, it's the fact that when this happened, and he sees the vestige, I want to ask the question here that I hope anyone could argue argue this against me. But this has just essentially established, as far as I'm concerned, that the movie, I think it's 2 heroes, based on, like, fucking Nobu Island or whatever the fuck it is they go to. That's canon now. You can't argue it's not. That's canon now. Because no one else has died and ever seen a ghost. But, you know, the second Bakugo dies, he sees the vestige of fucking All Might. Oh.
What is it, 2 heroes?
2 heroes.
What's the movie called?
I think it was called 2 Heroes. MHA 2 Heroes? Or was this like Heroes Rising? No, it's not 2 Heroes.
I think it's Heroes Rising.
So it'll be Heroes Rising.
It's Heroes Rising.
Yeah, alright. So this is essentially made Heroes Rising canonical. And you couldn't tell me it didn't if you tried. Because No one should be able to see the vestiges of of One for All. Okay, it's just accepted. You can't. I don't give a fuck if they've done this for story. All right, like you fucked your story. You've made canon now bad because what you've just said is, hey, by the way, you remember that one movie where Deku was like, hey, Bakigi, borrow my fucking quirk for a minute? That's all canon. That's because that's the only reason he should be able to see this vestige is because he had a little bit of all for one at one point. Sorry, One for All at one point. So, like, the fuck?
Fuck, he's right, guys. He's right.
The movies are all canon. We've never realised this.
I didn't watch that movie, by the way.
But... just why? Just why?
What do you mean, why?
Why did they do it? It makes no sense.
Fuck that kid. Oh. I just spoiled myself. Fuck me.
But yeah,
Damn
I mean,
it.
but past that, I have watched... What,
fuck.
what did you do?
I was on Reddit and I was fucking searching up that Heroes Rising stuff and then I clicked on something and it's...
You idiot.
Well, I now feel no remorse for Bakugo.
Yeah, because he's going to come back to life. He'll be fine. I told you he's going to be fine. Like... Look,
No.
if Vegeta and Krillin keep coming back, even fucking
Yeah, well, they're
Yamcha
fucking Dragon Balls.
Yeah,
It's not
but even
fucking-
Yamcha
it's-
was given a fucking second chance, all right? So they're gonna give him another one. I told
Goku
you
was
they
given
have the
Thor-
greatest
You
fucking
know what?
device.
We're not talking about this. Let's move on.
I told you they have the greatest fucking
Let's talk
device.
about how
it's gonna be
Oshi
fine.
No Ko is the most boring fucking anime this season.
Did you not like episode 3?
No.
Oh, I actually kind of liked this episode.
No.
Like,
I didn't.
what didn't you like?
Boring.
But
Plus, I didn't watch third episode.
like, episode 3 has given us like. Episode 3 is the first episode that's actually shown us Ruby this season.
For like a second.
Yeah, for like only a minute and a half. But at this point, just remembering that actually there's another fucking character in this show is nice enough for me.
Yeah, I did
So,
watch this. Oh, this fucking episode was boring as hell.
I quite liked this episode. I thought this was a decent
boring.
episode.
No.
Oh my god. What about it did you just find boring? Like, what did you feel it was
It was
lacking?
just it just dragged along for the rewriting. I know the episode's called rewriting, but the whole episode was them rewriting.
Well, I mean,
And how like they couldn't just have a unanimous decision. They just had to prolong it. And I'm just like,
well, I mean,
Okay.
it's a bit more than that. Like, this is the episode where you've got Aqua finally kind of understanding what they're putting on for the first time by going to that fucking theater performance.
that
that's
shit.
also
That
2.5D.
that tennis, the table tennis one, that was pretty sick.
Yeah,
I
so-
like that.
Yeah, no, like I can see where you're coming from. That it feels like a lot of like just focus on the rewriting, which it is. And title of the show or the episode does give you an idea that might be a bit of a focus. But like, I think that scene alone was like something that made me just quite like the episode as a whole. Like just him going to the theater. And I've got
I
to
didn't
say,
mind
it
that,
is
but
making
that
me-
was such a small section.
Well, yeah, but I think it's one of those where it gives you a bit of that world building and understanding that is always helpful to have in the show. And I like the fact that essentially the show starts with them pretty much going to that and then ends with the author being told that she should go there to understand what she's actually doing, at the hopes that I'm assuming
I didn't
save
mind that
Main's
either.
career. So like, I quite liked it, and I think I liked the little scene between the manga artist from like season 1 who wrote Sweet Today and the manga artist who's done the Tokyo Blade thing, and like their whole I got rid of my assistants because they were fucking up and all that kind of shit. Like, I really liked that whole kind of section of the thing where it's just like her colouring in and then them just fighting it out whilst they get on with the work. Like, I think it was a good way to do like a good way to do like the character development of the artist, kind of like how to give us a better understanding for them without having to overdo any of it. Like, you just have someone who's just going to talk to them very directly and be like, no, you've got these fucking issues, like, you need to sort it out. Like, it was, I think, comparatively to the first 2 episodes, maybe it was just because it was finally fucking not rehearsals, I liked it. I liked the fact that it felt like the show was going to finally maybe start considering doing stuff, because, you know,
it's the one thing that I will complain about this season. I can already see it. This whole season is gonna be a fucking stage play and nothing else, because they're dragging this shit already, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm a little worried it'll end somewhat like that,
because the
where...
thing that I liked about season 1, it just covered so many aspects. It was introducing us for Aqua and Ruby to get introduced into this industry. You know, Ruby finally becoming an idol, and Aqua doing whatever the fuck he wants to do. Whereas this, I know the goal is just for him to meet the supposed dad, who just might not even be his dad. It's just going to be very tedious, and I'm probably not going to like it. I probably will struggle around episode 6 if we're not seeing any development.
I will say, like, it has been one of the few things I've disliked with it so far, is that, for one, this show just feels like it's now Aqua, the anime, Ruby is tertiary character, which bothers the shit out of me that we did all this time with Ruby. And I get that I think the first season was a lot more Ruby focused than it was actually Aqua focused.
No,
like, I wouldn't say it was this heavily Ruby focused. I would say that if you were to look at the whole first season, everything even Aqua does is all Ruby centric stuff. Like, we might get time with him, but everything
she's trying to get into the industry that he doesn't respect.
No, I get that
because he knows what happened.
Yeah, but
there was still a bit of a balance. There was a bit of a balance between the two of them. Like, whenever Aqua did something, Ruby did something, and it was nice. I do agree. I feel like Ruby did do a little bit more last season, but that doesn't mean that this whole season should be just Aqua deep throat.
Oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't need to be this much Aqua. Like, this is ridiculous. But at the same time, it doesn't. Because
I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. I don't give a fuck about any of the side characters. I really just don't care. I don't care about any of them. Like, for some reason, we were very heavily focused on that pink-haired guy, and I just don't know what his deal is. It might be purple, I don't know. But
there's a lot.
I don't know who he is. I couldn't tell you his name.
I think, like, it feels like they've added a lot of characters for this. No, not a fucking clue, my guy. Why would I know their names?
Because you know everything.
Their producer. But this is it. Is like I think like they've added a lot of new characters that didn't matter as much. They've kind of started to neglect some of the older ones, and I get it. We need these new characters. Stage play. We can't just use the same fucking 5 people. Like, imagine watching this stage play and the guy who's peon fucking came out in his muscle thing. Like, it would ruin what the show is meant to be about. But at the same time, I don't think I need the background of all these characters who we know by... If there's a 3rd season, most of them probably won't matter anymore. Like, how many of the people can you name from that TV dating drama?
I can't name any of them.
From season 1.
I can't name any of them. I don't know any of them.
There was
Except
like 12 of them in
Twitch
total
streaming
on
girl,
that show.
but she's like important. She was in the
That's what I
fucking
mean.
intro, so of course I know
like-
about her.
There's 2 characters of the 12 they made us fucking kind of get to know. There are 2 that made it from
Like,
that show.
I wouldn't mind if there was more characters. It's just, you know, maybe introducing them could be handy, you know? Like, instead of just doing this, like, fucking play act and being, like, cool and, like, you know, just going, like, oh, this is the character they're playing and here's the real character. And it's just fucking... Just be normal and just introduce them like they're normal fucking people, because you're not doing that. Because that's the thing that I really like about Oshi No Ko, is that it has very realistic repercussions of an entertainment worker and the entertainment industry, and not knowing the interactions that you first have when you first meet someone that you don't know could be important. You know, like their first name and last name. I didn't even know if they even had first names because they only say their last names.
See, I'm just kind of... I think at this point, the only like characters I give a shit about involved in the stage play are literally like main 3 from it. Past that, I don't think I could have the time to care about the rest. Like, I like the characters. That
I don't even know.
got,
I don't even know who that blue-haired bitch's name is called anymore. I know Kana because Kana is, well, she's Kana.
Do you mean Akane? The blue-haired girl that's dating
whatever. Yeah. There's Akane, and then there's
Kana.
well,
there's
know.
Kana, the redhead chick from They Met When They Were Kids.
Yeah.
Then there's Akane, I think it's Akane, the blue-haired chick that's dating Aqua.
So it's Akame and Kana and
Yeah.
Aqua. Well, that's not confusing.
Yeah,
at all.
no, I know, right? Like, it's a very good name. But like, the thing is like,
Classic.
I think the only thing so far about any of the characters that I've become invested in is I wouldn't mind seeing Aqua. I know he's not going to, but I kind of like that Akane girl at this point. Like, I'm like, no, actually, she's kind of a sweet chick. Like, she's a sweet chick. She actually digs this kid. She's trying her damnedest, and he's just an asshole. So it's a real shame that he's gonna leave her, because I like her. She might be best girl for me with this fucking anime. I don't give a shit about any of the other girls for Aqua anymore. Like, at least she's established herself as the only girl that I'm gonna focus on for this.
That's
Ruby,
fucked
of course,
up.
But
You don't respect the tsunderes.
why would I? You know
don't
me,
know.
man. My best girls typically have blue hair and are always not selected.
Yep.
Shit, they all do.
Speaking
actually,
of blue-haired
don't they?
girls who never get selected, I did watch Too Many Losing Heroines.
What the fuck?
Have you watched that?
No. I think it's on my list. I think I was going to, but never did.
So the show's called Makine or whatever, and they've actually put it in the description. Makine means make equals lose. I'm like, creative. It's basically the definition of short-haired girls losing. And like, it's very stereotypical, like relationship triangles and stuff like that.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it starts off in a very cliche way, like the childhood blue-haired friend of the guy goes like, go be with her, you know, you deserve it. And he goes like, I'm so sorry, and then he runs off, and then yeah, it's actually a pretty good parody of like what romance shows are, and I don't mind it. Like, I didn't really expect to like the show, but I thought I'd give it a try, and then I found out that every single girl in the show is exactly my type, and I fucking hate that. I fucking hate it so much. Yeah. So
I mean,
it also started coming out on my birthday.
Yeah. Look at that. What a present for you, hey? All your types just in one little
I know.
animation. I mean, to be fair, I've just got it up. It's actually not looking too bad. Like, it's got an 8.15 on Mal.
It's not doing too bad.
A1 Pictures. Who doesn't love A1? They make some good shit.
They always do some weird shows, though. You ever notice that?
Online was a pretty fucking nuts show, though.
Yeah, Solo Leveling was pretty strange.
I mean, they also did Kaguya-sama.
Marshall was also kind of fucking weird.
A1 might be the strangest of them all, actually, now we're looking at it. Like, you just gotta think about this. They done some fucking crazy shit. The fuck is that working? The Lord of Tango. Okay. They do some strange shit, to be fair. I'm scrolling through A1 Pictures, fucking... I mean, to be fair, Seven Deadly Sins, they fucking... God, are these guys the goats?
They are the goats. What do you mean? They made like so many good shows.
No, I don't see on there to make them the goats. Dragon Ball.
What?
So they can't be that good.
Well, good, no, duh. It's A1 Pictures and Toei.
Nah, it's Toei. There is no one else. Until someone makes a new Dragon Ball for me, there is no one else.
Yeah. Remember Diyma?
Oh.
Remember when that was going to come out?
What's going on with it at the moment? I've heard it's in like a load of legal shit.
Apparently it's still going
Yeah,
ahead.
but it's the whole ownership thing.
I don't think anyone will watch it. Why would it be over ownership?
Have you not... I think is good. I think it's in the courts at the moment over like its ownership. Because obviously Toriyama gone. Future reportedly unclear due to extremely stressful rights disputes. Latest anime show, Goku and Friends, arrives this October. The outlet states the per insider at Shueisha, the Dragon Ball IP is being pulled in two different directions. Shueisha owns the rights to the original manga, but a second company called Capsule Corporation Tokyo was founded in 2023 with the explicit intentions of handling Akira Toriyama's work going forward. Yeah, so at the moment there's just a thing.
Oh, yeah, so yeah, Capsule Corp, yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of fucking cringe that they would make an actual corporation called Capsule Corp. That's fucked up.
Yeah, but you know, I respect it, you know. But I think like
no, I don't. That's fucked up.
I've seen some things about it. I think like the main, what would you call him? Like showrunner, editor for like the go-to guy essentially for Akira Toriyama. When it came to
what's his name?
This shit like has. I'm not 100%, can't quote me on it. I think it was something like he's essentially kind of in the middle of both these corporations at the moment, kind of like trying to protect what he was asked to protect
because he's technically
still made.
Because he's technically now the guy. He's technically the guy who's creating Dragon Ball. Yeah, he's fucking Vegeta to Toriyama's Goku. I've done it again.
I think.
Yeah.
I think
I would struggle to be in his position because he's now trying to. Because I think what he's doing Super. Like, he's still grinding out on Super, but he's not being part of this new project, but he still wants to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I think that's the gist of what's happening.
I am a bit worried. I've just read at the end here. In addition to Diyma, we've got new fighting games in the franchise: Dragon Ball Sparkling, or sorry, not sparkling, Sparking Zero.
Sparkling Zero.
Sparkling Zero would have been a much better name, to be honest. Sparking Zero. Coming October
Sparkling
8th.
Zero. There
So
we
in
go.
October, we got a massive fucking Dragon Ball cash grab coming our way. Like,
Yeah.
hey, if you don't like the
I'm game for
anime,
it.
maybe you'll like the game.
I really wanted to pre-order the fuck out of that game, but then I didn't want to play on PS5.
I mean, I don't know. I'm worried. I love Dragon Ball. I don't want bad thing happening to Dragon Ball now that man dead. It shouldn't.
You Dragon Ball? No.
It shouldn't be that you lose Akira Toriyama and all of a sudden this becomes a fucking battle. This man made one of the best fucking things ever. Like, I don't give a shit. You can give me the cure for the common cold, cancer. I trade all of it for Dragon Ball Z any day of the week. I
That's
don't
fucked
need
up.
people fighting
fucked up.
over who the fuck owns it. Just make my Dragon Ball Z and move on, alright? Like, done. I don't think it's fucked up.
Let's
Honestly,
just
take
do
this
Dragon
loss.
Ball Z again.
Remake Dragon Ball
it
Z.
again.
Don't fucking cut it. Just remake it again. We got new technology. Honestly, they're shot for shot remaking everything else. I'll take 300 new episodes of Dragon Ball Z.
I think you're missing the point.
I want more Dragon Ball.
Anyway, let's move on to something else. What else have you watched?
Oh jeez, what else have I watched? So I don't know if I've told you this. I started watching Quality Assurance, like in Another World, I think it's called. Is it called Quality Assurance in Another World?
What?
What's its full name? I just refer to it as Quality Assurance. It's some fucking random ass isekai where we follow.
Did it come out this season?
Yeah, it's coming out this season. It's
Oh,
coming
there
out
it
this
is.
season.
Quality Assurance in Another World.
Yeah.
What the fuck are these studios?
So I thought, fuck it, I'll give it a go. It is.
What the...
It
These
is
are
an
brand
anime.
new studios. What the fuck?
I give people the
Wow,
chance
it's
that
an
they
anime.
deserve, you know. It's an anime. How do you explain what I've sat through 3 episodes of?
Despite its location in a remote region south of the continent of whatever the fuck that is called, the island of Claymore is made up of 5 small countries crowded together in a constant conflict. In the most remote reaches of the smallest and most peaceful country on the island, the kingdom of blah, 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 in the small village where a girl named Nicola lives a humble life. One day, while she's out gathering firewood, and as she does every other day, a massive dragon, a creature that's supposed to be only deep within the mountains, appears in front of her. Just as it's about to attack the village, a man named Hyga rushes to the scene. Hyga is a member of the King Seekers top secret investigation team. Nicola has never once felt bored of her peaceful life, ever when every single day is practically the same. But after meeting Hyga, she's so intrigued by Hyga and his travels, she decides to step out into the world herself and learns about the true nature of the world. There you go, I did it for you.
So I've been watching essentially what happened to the alpha testers, I think, of Sword Art Online. This is a show about a load of people have apparently been trapped in a game, but they're all bug testers, you know? They can't log out. They haven't been able to log out for like a year and a half now. Most are just living their best life. There's this whole thing about like, don't go into debug mode so that you can fly around and do shit, because what if you die? Then you're stuck falling or in weird fucking death loops. It's all so fucking weird. It's so fucking mid. Like, it's no wonder the show's a 6. But I want to be able to say, like, it's a worthwhile watch. 3 episodes in, it hasn't done anything really interesting. I guess I kind of like the concept. The guy we're following is just a debugger who spends every day of his life doing weird shit inside of a game. Like in one episode, he's running up and down the outer wall, seeing if there's any glitch spots that he can like fade through. And you are given it like giving his side character Nicola, who's like, fucking, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm just looking for bugs and like weird shit like that. So like she doesn't understand obviously game world, and he's just like, well, the AI's following me around, might as well stick with it. They I think by episode 3 they set up the whole, oh, we need to complete the storyline of the game and then we should be able to log out, and you're like, cool. This is Sword Art Online. I'm waiting for Heathcliff to appear now. I'm waiting for him to like fucking.
Why is this description like not reflect what you're talking about in any way possible? Doesn't even mention they got fucking isekai'd into a game.
Yeah, this is the problem I had. Okay, I went to watch this thinking this was going to be either like a guy gets truck-cooned and decides that this is what he's going to do. I thought it was maybe going to be some like weird little funny thing where we just follow the life of a guy who just ends up working in like a quality assurance job or something in another world. So like he's just medieval testing potions. Something dumb and funny, you know? That's what I thought this was going to be. Because that doesn't tell you that this is all game world bullshit. But guess what? This is a game world. We just didn't need that crucial bit of information. They essentially didn't want you to know they had just made SAO again. But this time it's not a death game more than
but
a
it subverts their
psychological
expectations.
death
You
game.
wouldn't know that it's SAO.
Yeah. So I think the thing is like if you read that synopsis that you went through, it's the whole thing of it doesn't tell you enough to make clear that the whole point... that just tells you essentially what the first episode is. That's just like the first 10 minutes of the first episode. That's it.
That's fucked up.
I mean, maybe they were smart. Maybe they knew if they had told us this was SAO that no one would fucking watch it. But I get a feeling that's also why it's got a 6.41. Because it's like, if you had given me more warning, I might have enjoyed this. But I came here thinking we're going to get funny isekai. Instead, I've got just like a kind of shit isekai that is a mid version of SAO. So, I don't know.
It does look really strange as well.
I mean, I kind of like the fact that you've got all these normal looking people and then a load of player characters that all do stand out a bit as looking kind of unique, which is nice. Because like in Sword Art, all of your NPCs looked like people, and all the people obviously looked like people because of the whole cold light a day thing that Heathcliff had going. That everyone who plays Sword Art Online is a fairly attractive 20-something. But this here, like, we don't know what he really looks like outside of the world. He's just this muscle-bound, bright red-haired dude who runs his face up against walls and shit. So, it's like, at least he still has his player character, which means that we, I guess, have to assume that the developers of this game aren't evil. They just don't feel like updating the log out button yet. Who fucking knows? Some weird
Sounds
shit.
like a very painful experience.
I mean, sitting through it is quite a painful experience, to be honest with you. I'm like, I want to try and give it to episode 6. I want to kind of get halfway through this and be like...
To 6?
I'm hoping episode...
I'm one and done it.
Episode 3 offers like a bit of like a story thing, like his companion all of a sudden essentially blacks out and is taken over by like the main AI system that keeps the world functioning. So like I want to give it a bit of time to see if it will start to build its story. So I'm kind of treating like episode 1 and 2 like they didn't exist, and just I'm starting it from 3 for a minute and going to kind of go with, could you enjoy this just as much if we pretended the first 2 episodes didn't exist and just went from this point where it might have made more sense? Because if so, someone just needs to edit down the first 2 episodes into like 10 minutes to add on to this first. You'll be fine. Give me the fact it's a game nice and quick, we'd be done. Like, honestly, it fucking tells you it's a game more than enough. So, nothing like being reminded every 3 minutes they're stuck in a game. Even SAO didn't
Imagine
do
if
that much.
SAO did that. I know, imagine if SAO just like every episode, my name is Kirito. I've been stuck in the game for X amount of time. I'm trying to bang Asuna, but it's not going well.
I'm trying to get with this girl, but I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Aside from being me.
Anything else you've watched?
Let's have a quick. Oh, yeah. So, I started another show called No Longer Allowed in Another World. This is another isekai.
Another isekai.
This
For
isekai,
fuck's sake.
I will give the first episode earned my respect. The first episode of this isekai is pretty good. Firstly, the main character for this show is a suicidal author. This man
this
just
fucking
wants
studio.
to die.
This studio is a fucking Giga Chad. Hold up. These guys did Uncle from Another World. Oh, that's pretty sick.
Uncle from Another World.
Why does it look like that though? That's so different from what they've done before. Anyway,
It is actually not been too bad. I've watched the first 2 episodes of it, and it's been kind of funny. It's again the main character that we are introduced to. When we're introduced to him and this woman he loves are going to tie their, like, they've literally just tied their wrists together, said they love each other, but the world, like, the society they live in won't let them be together. So they're going to kill themselves together so they can be together in the next life, kind of thing. They're about to go and throw themselves into a river when, oh, you thought this was going to be an isekai by drowning. No. Truck-kun comes around the corner, because Truck-kun always comes around the corner, and he takes the fucker's life. I don't know if he took the woman's life. That is part of the story here. The woman might be in this world with him. He's trying to find her now so that they can commit a double suicide together. I respect an anime that's entire end goal is killing the main character on his own fucking terms. Like, what the
fuck?
This show is literally, he's just...
Why don't just live in the new world? Jesus Christ.
This is like, I love this as well. It's like, he looks around the new world, he's like, it's kind of nice, it's pretty, there's all these beautiful women, and he's like, yeah, but I still just want to die, and he just keeps taking, like, fucking opioids, constantly poisoning himself, so that the fucking healer cleric that, like, started with him will constantly have to heal him, essentially, so that he doesn't die. He's got, like, 1 hit point and no fucking powers. This show is just this man literally wants to die. Could die at any second, but he's currently kind of like, no, I'm going to live so I can find this woman that I love. And then we can die together.
That's stupid.
No, mate, it's so good. Like, when he comes into this world, he gets, like, the whole isekai introduction. He's there with a elf cleric in a church, and she's like, I am the person who guides the other worlders here, and it's like, you were selected by our apostle. And he's like, what do you mean you're apostle? Truck-kun in this world, canonically, is the apostle that finds people who need to be sent to a new life and sends them there. This
That's
world is
so
like, just
dumb.
canonized Truck-kun.
That's
He's
so
just in that
dumb.
world, taking fucking lives whenever he needs to, just so he can get you to this next world. Fucking respect it, you know? I'm assuming that means Truck-kun is God. That's the main takeaway.
I was just about to say,
this.
does that mean Truck-kun is just isekai god?
He's isekai god. He was isekai god sent by the multi-dimensional god to isekai us to better places. So if you know anyone who's been hit by a truck, have no fear. That was Truck-kun just doing his divine duty. Like,
that's stupid.
Oh mate, it's so fucking
dumb.
it's so weird, it's so fucking I love it. It's one of those where, like, he literally wakes up, the first thing he does is overdose. Like, he wakes up within 90 seconds, like, he's killed himself again, and she's like, no, come back to life, you can't do this shit. And he's like, but I just want to die. Everything is just, I want to die. Second episode, he meets the king of the land that he's in, and, like, is just like, I just want to die. Pretty blunt about it, like, very direct. like, apparently the other worlders are allowed to be disrespectful to the king because it can't be helped. But he's like, help my daughter pick a suitor. When he finally, like, he speaks to this princess at some point as well, and like they have a little chat, and he's like, you know, you just got to pick based on what you want. You don't have to even get married if you don't want to, kind of thing. And then when the king's like, my daughter, pick who you want to marry. Lo and behold, surprise, surprise, who do you think she picks but our main character? But I will give her this,
dude. It really is an isekai.
But I will give her this. She's a dedicated woman. Unlike a typical isekai where they want to live together forever, she literally says, I want to marry him, and then commit a double suicide together. Fucking yes! This show is going to be where
why is
everyone
just a depressed millennial? Like, what the fuck?
I vibe, you know? I'm vibing with this. This might
You're
honestly
vibing
be
with it
the
because
best
you're
isekai.
That's fucked up.
Look, I get depressed sometimes. It would be nice to know that one day that depression could lead to an isekai where I can carry on with the depression, because an isekai won't fix the mental health problems. But maybe I'll find a young, pretty, like, lady to just go, oh, I'll marry him, and we'll kill ourselves together. Fuck me, that sounds like a dream. Fuck, that's a dark dream.
Can you just give me 2 seconds, by the way?
Go for it.
Just fucking take off my hoodie.
So whilst he's taking off his hoodie, let's just all concurrently agree, right? The dream is to just commit seppuku with your loved one, yeah? Yeah. Oh, Patreon exclusive, bros! Oh, yeah.
Yeah, fun fucking editing that. You can see my 6-pack.
Whoa. Maybe I'll make one of those thirst edits.
No.
See that go up on the shorts, just a thirst edit. I reckon that'd be funny.
That's so fucking... That show sounds so
back to
dumb.
the show. It is so dumb, but honestly, I stand by this. This might be one of the best isekais for the reason that it's actually not like the other isekais. We've got a guy whose just entire thing is he wants to kill himself. And, like, the only reason he's not is so that he can find the girl he's in love with, because he's hoping she's here, so that he can kill himself with her. And I'm like, his entire point
you know how
is
many,
they
like,
wanted to kill...
teenagers would probably kill themselves after watching this show?
But this is the thing, is like, it's one of those where the weirdest part of it is his entire point is he's like, no, we were going to kill ourselves together so we could be sent to another world together. And then when he realizes that she might too have been sent here, his response is, we can do it though. We can still kill ourselves together. You've been sent to the other world together! Like... But that's what makes it great. Honestly, I know that it's not how this show's going to end. I know that this show is going to probably end with him finding her, being like happily ever after, and all that shit. And I will accept that if that's the case. But honestly, I would love it if instead of it ending like that, he and her find each other, kill themselves straight away. Like, I'd love it if he found out, like, she's a princess stuck at the top of a tower. He breaks in, saves her, gives her a hug, and then goes, okay, and they just jump out the window together. That would be fucking hilarious.
So it's
that
like,
would be the best
it'd be like the
isekai
fucking
ever.
other guys. It'd be like fucking Samuel Jackson and The Rock aiming for the bush.
Yeah, like that bush over there. Yeah, easy target. But instead of a bush, they're looking for the spikiest rock available. Like, hey, that pile of rocks there? Let's go. Head first. Yeah! But honestly, I do hope this show kind of just carries on this vibe of suicidal ideation. And then just eventually... I want this character to get his wish. I kind of want him to just be able to finish it all with the love of his life. I don't think I want him to carry on living. I want his dreams fulfilled. Which is weird. Typically, I don't want people to kill themselves.
Imagine a fucking second season of this. Because, like, just doesn't find her. Doesn't find her. And he's just going to be depressed for another season.
I think, like, that would be the worst thing, is if they did, like, 3 seasons of this, I'd end up probably wanting to join him in this ending it all together thing. I'd be like, fuck, brother, if you got to keep this search up, even I'm getting depressed for you now. But I wouldn't mind a second season where him and her, like, say, commit suicide together and just wind up back in their world. Just to have to go through it all again. If they just did that where he just keeps getting sent to other worlds, he keeps being isekai'd until he's finally happy, I would watch like 12 seasons of this man constantly losing the love of his life just to become suicidal again.
Maybe this is what 7 Deadly Sins should have been.
Oh my god. That would be great. But
what else have you watched?
What have I? I've watched like 3 episodes.
Other than Nokotan, what else have you watched?
I watched like 3
Spice and
episodes of Spice and Wolf. So I watched episode 14, 15, 15, 16, and 17. And I think I've come to realize that Spice and Wolf at the moment, like, I'm still enjoying the show. I still think it's a good show. It is a bit of a slow burner of a romance for the most part. Like, you do get all those little flirtatious conversations, but not much else. Now, I'd say I'm starting to see why people were quite excited that this was getting like a remake, because it is a very sweet romance story between I assume God and human, because that's what Holo is. She's kind of like a tsundere at times. She's a fucking weird character. She's a very well put together blend of kind of like your stereotypical romance characters, and I would say all in all it's been a very fun anime. It's one of those where it's like, I wish I could say it's the best romance anime I've watched or something like that, but I think it's one of those where if you were trying to get someone into anime and they were a big romance fan, this might be the anime to do it with, because it doesn't have any of the typical anime tropey shit that makes it hard to convince normies to come to. Like, you know, this isn't a sexually aggressive show. This isn't like that, because like you see the complaints across like all areas when people try and watch like a lot of romance anime, that like either they dislike the fact that the female characters are so aggressive or they're so overtly sexualized and things like that. And it's like, and I get it, you kind of, anime is complex, you have to kind of grow to understand that this is what it is, and it's not as fucking weird as you think it is. It's just a different culture with different perceptions on things. Like I only recently even realized like that apparently in Japan your neck is the attractive thing that you're meant to hide. I've always kind of just watched it and understood that the whole hair flick thing's just a big trope out there. I only recently realized it's not that the hair flick is a trope, it's the reveal the neck thing that is the trope. Like, that's actually sexual seductive shit in Japan. And I'm like, oh shit.
Did you not watch My Dress Up Darling?
No, I've never watched My Dress Up Darling.
Excuse me?
I've not watched it.
That's fucked up.
Look, alright.
That's fucked up.
Why?
What? It's good.
Why do I need to have watched? It's good shit.
Because you're missing out on cinema.
It's just...
It's definitely not cinema. It's just fine.
Is it this? Here... My Dress Up Darling. What the fuck? High School
It's
Student.
12 episodes.
I'm sorry. Hang on. You fucking... So is this just an anime about a guy who makes dolls?
No, it's about a guy and a girl cosplaying. Well, the guy fucking
why do I need to watch
makes the costumes for the cosplayer.
So why do I need to watch My Dress Up?
Because you're missing out on Best Girl.
Well, no, because I'm watching the new version. I'm watching 2.5 D Seduction. What the fuck do I need to watch this for? I know
Because
that's
this is
gonna upset
better. This is so much. Oh my.
I will. Is it on Crunchyroll? It's on Crunchyroll. I'll watch it this week. I'll
Watch
get
it.
Watch this week.
Yeah,
I
watch it this
promise.
week. Come back and then we can talk about it.
We'll do a whole
I'll rewatch
episode on
it.
My Dress Up Darling.
Yeah, we'll just do.
We'll
just do
get
one
really
podcast.
big, just one whole thing on My Dress Up Darling.
I have a feeling you'll talk a lot about it.
I mean, if it's anything, if it's half as good as Keijo, then we're good. Hang on, what's this? Is that a second season of this show?
Don't. It's been announced. There's no date.
Oh god. Well, it must be better than Keijo then, because it's got a second season.
It's peak.
No, Keijo was peak. This
True.
is
Keijo
all
is
mid compared to Keijo. Everything's just mid compared to Keijo now, to be honest with you. But
Speaking of mid, you want me to quick fire through all the shows that I'm watching?
yeah, give us yours. What have you digested this week?
So, I have my usual shows. I'm pretty much stuck to everything, which I'm kind of proud of. VTuber Legend just kind of shows that even if you do have an alcoholic problem, you can still get those biddies and make a living. So that's good. You do have to be a very attractive 20-year-old woman, but it is what it is.
Excellent, accepted fact, mate. That's just streaming, isn't it?
Failure Frame. It's such a fucking weird show. It's a weird combination of isekai tropes that it's just strange. I didn't watch Suicide Squad. Oh.
I haven't even started.
Oh well. Then I watched Neir Automata. I really miss Neir. I really want to play Neir again. Watching the show makes me really want to play Neir again. But I think the sale for Neir is gone, which I'm really sad about. Because I would fucking... I don't want to pay full price for Neir. Do you know how fucking... Yeah, it's back up to full price. I'm not fucking paying $50 to play Neir.
$50?
Yeah, that's what it is. So for you, it'll be like
That's
25.
not too bad when you think about it, really. Think about it. When you buy I don't know if FIFA's a big game for you in Oz, but think about how much you pay for a shitty FIFA game. A shitty
Pay
FIFA game
$100
is
for FIFA here.
I mean that's cheaper than what we actually pay for them 9 times out of 10 out here. Then
Did you know for what was the most recent FIFA game?
Oh fuck! When they called Pro Soccer Club or something because they fucking lost all their rights.
I don't know, something like that. It was $20 during the Steam sale. It was cheap.
Because it's shit.
It was really cheap. AAA title for going for $20.
Even fucking
this soon,
GTA 5
I'm
probably
nah.
don't go that cheap.
GTA 5 is $23 here.
It's not too bad.
That's based.
Not too bad when you think about it, really. But I mean,
Red Dead
so
is still
but yeah,
on sale.
Near Automata though, 25 quid don't seem like a bad deal. Just cop it, give it some play.
For you, for me, it's just
Mate,
because I've already played Near before.
you make it sound like I'm flushed with cash, sir. I'm a uni student, humble like you.
You make it sound like I'm flush with cash. I'm not spending $50 fucking on a game that I've played before. Okay, I played before. Let's preface that.
Wow. There's always other ways of getting games, I think.
Do you know the complete edition for GTA 4 is currently only $9?
And that's probably the best GTA they ever made.
So for you,
About
it
£4.
would be four quid and 50p.
450. 450 for a fucking
That's
bit
pretty
of
good.
GTA. Not
pretty
bad. I mean, I still have it on
anyway,
PS4 before, but...
Anyway, let's talk about anime again.
But yeah,
One Piece still being fucking peak. Dude. Like when people were talking about like this Kid versus Shanks fight, I was going like, when the hell am I gonna see this? And then I just saw it and I'm just like, wow, we're actually catching up to the manga, and I'm like, hold on, this isn't
What's gonna
allowed.
happen?
What the fuck? They're gonna cancel each other out. Oda's just gonna die. Like, because he can't keep up with either of them.
One Piece is just gonna have to go on a hold. Like, the anime's just gonna have to go on hold for a while.
No, we're not pulling a fucking We're not pulling Hana Hana. We're not doing that.
You're just gonna have to accept it.
No. Nope.
3
Not
month
gonna
fucking
happen.
wait until they finish. To be fair, with things finishing, I will say, have you noticed that like I think they actually announced the final date for the My Hero manga to come out, like the other day. I think it comes out like.
I did hear. I didn't hear about that, but I did hear that Don't Toy With Me and Miss Nagatoro has ended.
Yeah, and I've seen conversations about this, and there's a lot of people trying to figure out if they will make a third season with what's left, or whether there's actually enough left because of like how much they've used for each other season. Because apparently I think it's like this is like 2 or 3 volumes shorter than the previous seasons had. So there's loads of people currently arguing on like Mal about whether or not it would be a movie or it's going to be a third season, or whether we'd even be lucky enough to get.
They better make a third season. I need my own extended epilogue. I want a time skip. I don't need a child because that will ruin my immersion. All right, I just need a time skip of them being adults, being more mature, but still goofing off like a couple of kids. I don't ask for much.
See, I'm going to say this. I wouldn't mind watching just one romance anime where it doesn't end with all that happy epilogue bullshit. Like, I would honestly kind of respect one romance anime that ends where it's just like everything seems fine.
Boring.
No, I'd feel so much better if it just went to like 20 years
they
later.
Hold
they
hands and they kiss.
like 20 years later though, they aren't actually together. He became like one of those corporate fucking workaholics or some bullshit like that. She didn't want to hang around, so she went and found actual love or something. Just one of those, you know. I wouldn't mind just one romance anime ending like that for me. You know, it just give me a bit of a change. You know,
I've actually seen that before, but I've actually seen that anime before, but like, you can't watch it.
Why not?
Because it's a hentai.
Oh my god. I mean, I've watched enough anime at this point that surely slipping a hentai in there, no one's gonna notice.
And then I watch Alia sometimes hides her feelings in Russian. I actually really like this show.
Fucking forgot to watch that episode.
Like I like it probably a little too much, but I think it's because of that fucking meme that popped up. Fuck me, man. I've never had a phrase more in my brain for the past week than that fucking girl in her brother's bed, and I'm just it's giving me fucking brain rot.
I haven't.
You know
actually,
what I'm talking about.
I think I know which one you're on about.
I'm not gonna say it because I'm gonna be saying it. I'm not saying it, but you guys know what it is.
But I mean, I actually haven't watched the latest episode of this. I was meant to, but I think I got distracted by pseudo.
You get lore behind why Alia likes him.
Yeah, but you know, I was watching pseudo harem instead. Someone's got to keep to the pseudo harem, you know. Someone's got to justify this show coming out.
You know what? I can respect the fucking female protagonist for trying to fucking put on the acting career of her life.
And she's doing it,
but
my guy.
I know she's like the only one on stage, and you know what? Props to her, but I'm still not gonna watch it.
Oh, but my guy, it's such a fucking. I don't even think it's a good show. I don't even know. Like, it's just entertaining.
No, you're probably just
so
watching it out of spite for me.
I do find that runs through my head with a lot of shows I click on when I start watching them. I watch the first episode and then go, I just hear like you going, oh no, in the back of my fucking head. when I say this show out
It's
loud.
like,
I'm
oh,
like,
this shit fucking sucks.
I'm like, this shit's awful. And then I'm like, and I can just hear you being like, why did you fucking watch it? And I'm like, for that reason. That voice. That fucking disappointment.
To fucking spite you.
As friendly as we are with one
bitch.
another, I really like getting under your skin and watching the most fucked shit possible. And one day, I'm actually going to sit down and watch Kiss X Sister, just to spite you. But...
I've seen it.
I know you have. And I want to remind you of every
How'd you
fucking
know?
scene in it.
I could have just lied just then. Could have just lied.
Nah, I know you've watched Kiss X Sister. You gave me a run through of it before.
I'm too old. I'm too old. I have to have watched it.
When did this show come out? 2010, yeah. At some point.
I was 9.
Either that, or I might watch my Little Sister Can't Be This Cute, or My Stepsister Can't Be This Cute, whatever it's called.
What's that show?
Is it
Why does it
My
sound
Little-
familiar?
Is it My Little... I want to say it's My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute.
It sounds so
Little
familiar.
Sister can't... Yeah, My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute. 2 seasons, same time of year, mate. It's...
Oh, you mean fucking Orimo, you fucking degenerate.
exactly what I thought I'd hear if I
Even
brought
I
that
haven't
show
watched
up.
this shit.
Yeah, I haven't.
Even
but
I
that's
haven't
why I
watched this
will.
shit.
But that's what you gotta think. I
Say
will
it by its
watch
proper name. Don't fucking say My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute. No one
I,
fucking calls it
I
that.
only knew it by the name My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute. It's the only fucking name I've heard
So
it
you,
by.
you don't hear Orimo and just go like, "Ugh,
Never heard of it, no.
that's fucked up.
Is this incest? Is that what this show actually is?
Yes.
This is pure incest? How fucked
Yes.
is this incest?
Fucked
Where's my
because
anime list?
everyone
Let's
knows about Orimo.
I don't know anything. Fuck it. Alright, I'll
Anyway,
do my
I like-
dress
I
up
like-
darling in 2 weeks.
No,
Orimo
fuck
comes
off. You're not
first.
watching Orimo. No. 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 Anyway, I like Alia. I like most of the characters in that show. And I like how the fucking like the love triangle that was going on gets fucking shattered to find out that she's actually his brother. And I'm like, wait, I didn't know this. You guys just dropped this on me. Fair enough. So I didn't mind that.
It's been good then, at least. I mean, from the first... Is it 2 episodes I've watched of it? Like, from the first 2 episodes, I've enjoyed the show. I just literally haven't caught the latest one
Yeah.
yet. I've been meaning to, but, you know, you gotta prioritize. And for me, I prioritized Shikonoko over this. So... And I think for good reason, you know? Honestly.
Speaking
anime.
of, my dear friend Nokota.
Yeah, and it's peak fucking anime, right?
It's fucking brain
is-
rot. I said brain rot before, but this show is brain rot. Alright, this is what fucking Skibbity Toilet is for anime goers.
Yeah, but I fucking love it. I love it so much. I love it
Yeah,
so
I like
much.
it too.
There's so much fucking wrong with this show. Visually, it honestly hurts to watch half the time with the deer, but I don't give a shit because it's so fucking funny. Like, this show is perfection, you know? Like, if... Oh, it's just perfect. And it pisses people off. This show winds people up. The memes from this show wind people up on the internet. And that's what I love. Like, that people just fucking hate everything about this anime because it's annoying to them on Twitter.
It's annoying for me.
I mean, did you not see, like, the fucking tweet I put up the other day?
No, I didn't.
Oh, someone tweeted out a video of a girl fucking doing a little Shikonoko dance in front of a bunch of deer in Japan, like, whilst dressed up as
Oh,
Koshitan.
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so I just like, they were like, anime fans need to stop promoting such cringe trends. And I was like, can someone please tell me how this is cringe? I'm like, this is peak content. I'm like, this is, if I lived in Japan, I'd be dressed up as a fucking high school girl dancing at fucking deer parks. Like, what do you want from me? It's fucking peak. God damn, I've actually got that video playing on loop now in front of me, and I've got to close it out because it's just very distracting. But the episode itself,
The fact that it's distracting for you says a lot.
it's just, I just like the little dance, you know. I fucking dude, like ADHD or some shit like that. I'm not getting tested. It's fucking effort. But this week was more of the same, obviously, with the show. It's not like this is a serious fucking anime that requires a lot to produce anything. We've had a sister introduced, more members to the Deer Club. Not much else. Not much else. I'm honestly waiting to see the episode where someone throws the antler and it turns into a bomb, because that's half of that is like, well, half the reason I watch it is for that shot in the fucking like trailer for it. So I want to know what the fuck occurs that an antler becomes a grenade. Simple as. And for that reason, I'll keep watching this fucking show every week until I get what I want, my antler bomb.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't mind like that the show's just fucking brain rot, but that's just all it is. It's a show that I could probably watch on the bus ride to work and would boost my like overall feels so much, but then I wouldn't be able to have a normal conversation with anyone.
Maybe this is half my problem.
Because this show ruins people's perspective on how to interact with society.
I beg to differ. I think that you can do everything.
And I think it truly is the most rewarding title for gag humor as a tag. Because there's only a few shows that truly are able to utilize that tag.
I mean, it's one of the best gags that I think I've ever watched. Like, it's.
Do you think it's better than Marshall?
I think it's hard
in terms of gags.
In terms of gags, I think it's probably got Marshall beat quite a bit, because like Marshall's gag is pretty much always the same thing, which is Marshall can't use magic, so he just break thing with hands. Like, that's. I know what the joke's going to be whenever Marshall needs to do something. He's going to punch to resolve issue. Whereas, like, at least with this, it's always something different. Like, the gag aspect of this show is always something just a bit different. You have the weird scenes, like when fucking Koshitan's humping a deer, essentially. Trying to, like...
just out of context.
But, like, it's her fucking trying to prove it's, like... Shikonoko. It's just the fact it's like her trying to prove it's her the entire time, being like, I know it's you, and it's just a deer sat there. It's like it's one of those where it is very good at being deceptive with its humor at times, because it doesn't seem to want to pick a lane it's going to stick with. Sometimes you will get a scene where just Nokotan comes out of a fucking deer like it means nothing. And that would be considered completely fine and normal within this. And other times, you've got her thinking, shit, that's her, hiding in deer form. And it's like, no, she'll walk through the door in 5 minutes' time. And just stand there and sing with you. Like, it's so fucking... This show's so fucking good for the gag. I think this is YouTube Shorts as an anime. That's what this is. This is just YouTube Shorts, constant scrolling bullshit. Or TikToks, constant scrolling bullshit. That is all this is. It's like, I know I can get you. I just need to keep the gags going quick enough.
I guess, yeah.
I mean... brain rot is brain rot, is it not?
Dude,
I love the show regardless. I think it does it.
I'm gonna segue for a little bit. The more, because I'm on Twitter right now and I was like scrolling and like I'm seeing like more of this Berserk stuff pop up, and the more I watch it, the more I really hope that this is good, because I am so devastated as a society that we don't have one singular good product of Berserk.
I don't know if I've watched any Berserk stuff before.
I haven't watched any Berserk.
Oh wait, is this the one where the first anime was just a bit mid? Or am I thinking of something else?
Just it hasn't been given like enough time to be like something special.
Yeah. She got 2 seasons of it back in 2016 and 2017.
Alright, we're not talking about 2016.
When's the new one coming out, or is it coming out now?
It's coming out soon. I don't know if it'll be this year or next year. It'll probably be next year.
Well, at least then you got something to look forward to that might be decent for it. Though, if the 2016 is anything to go by.
Yeah, but that's why I want it to be good. Because the 2016 one is such a fucking joke.
What about the 1997 one?
Dated.
Dated? Motherfucker, it's still 95.
Yeah.
Ranked 95 on
I know,
my
I'm
anime
joking.
list.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Still never seen a single fucking episode of any of it though. So
Yeah,
probably doesn't deserve to be up there.
because I've got such an opinion about it.
We'll both watch these shows and then we'll just pull them down and be like, no, these are shit. What if the 2016 one is better and we just don't realise it because we've not watched it comparatively?
No, because it's a CGI nightmare.
Hey. Everyone has to learn somewhere. Probably not great
Anyway,
that it
have you
was a
watched
published
anything
anime,
else?
But, honestly, I'm like, what the fuck else have I watched? Do you know what? I have. We haven't spoken about this. How has it not come to mind that we haven't said a word about this fucking masterpiece yet?
What?
Slime!
Oh, we haven't watched it.
Well, I know, but let's. This show is like the festival finally happens. We've got all these people introducing themselves to Rimuru and fucking blah 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 blah, and then blah 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 blah, and oh my fucking god, I don't know what the fuck I watched. Honestly, everything's feeling like a filler episode for this show. We meet like all the different creatures of the forest, the societies that exist. You know, we get a bit of world building in it. The elves talk about how they've lost some of their people. Rimuru pretty much goes, oh yeah, that sucks, and then thinks over to Soe and is like, yo bro, go check out this guy. I remember someone telling me he was dealing in elf slaves, so go fuck him up, I guess, will be the result of that. As for everything, it'll be resolved off screen, so we don't need to worry about it. Just know the world's getting better thanks to Rimuru. I don't actually know what the fuck else happened. Then they leave us on a cliffhanger. Like, or I want to say a cliffhanger. It's not a fucking cliffhanger. They literally leave us with, like, he's met everyone now apparently inside of the forest, barring one group of people called like the Tagoo or some shit like that, like the fucking an orc clan, and I don't get why he's like the most challenging people are going to be the orc clan, and I'm like, why? We've not You've had 14 episodes. This is the first I'm hearing about these people. 14 episodes. Again, we've got characters I don't fucking even know yet because for some reason they've not been introduced. We're now introducing a clan of people who he's like already prepared for the idea they're going to be a real challenge to convince to be on side with him. But I don't know why. I don't know why he thinks this. I don't even know who this clan is, but it shows us like a shot of them, and they're some form of like higher level ogre anyway, because they're not like Soe and the others.
Doesn't he already have like orc followers?
But this is the thing. So they're she's not an orc. She's an ogre. Yeah, she's. I think technically I think they're kaijin because the way they've all been drawn, they don't look like they're meant to be the ogre type. Like they look like sleek, slender versions of ogres, like when the others became kaijin. So I don't know exactly what they are, but it's one of those where it's like I don't understand where any issues could lie with these people because we know nothing of them more than what species they are. But it's like, the first group of ogres you met, you overpowered when you knew nothing. Do we think that there's an army alive after witnessing you wipe out several armies in the flick of a wrist, that you're going to stand there and be like, oh yeah, but convincing these guys is going to be hard? It's like, no, sir. In a realistic world, convincing them would be easy. Sit down, shut the fuck up, this is my power. Thank you, have a nice day. But it bothers me that I don't get what the issue is. Like, how am I meant to look forward to an episode if I don't even understand what he's got to deal with? Like, are they going to be hard to work with because this particular clan of ogres is the warring type? They don't give a shit about getting along so long as there's blood to be fucking spilt? Is the issue that they're an isolated group that don't typically fucking engage with others? So you coming over and saying, hey, I'm now your boss, is a bit of a problem for them? Is it just that, you know, they won't respect you until we get a demonstration of power? What the fuck is going to make befriending these guys any harder than the 36 other fucking like groups of people who have all just turned up, bent the knee and fucked off? Like, context. That's all I'm asking for. Just a bit of context. Like, you can't hype up the next episode and not tell me what the fuck I'm meant to be hyped for. I don't give a shit that these new characters are showing up. I still don't know who the blue and red bitch who stands behind Rimuru half the time is. Like, is this going to be the episode where she becomes important? Maybe she's actually from that fucking party. If so, maybe some fucking context would have helped. Instead of sitting at a table for 9 episodes, telling me about fucking Hinata doing nothing. I am so triggered by this. Where the fuck is the... Say it with me, class. Context! I don't think I've ever been so stressed out by an anime before, but Slime has actually done it. Like, usually I could separate this level of stress from anything, but this show is just... I don't get it. I don't get how there are people still fucking defending it. I don't get how there are people sat on any forum going with, oh no, this week was fucking good. You fucking liar. Alright? There is no way. It's the most hipster ass thing to say that this show is doing anything right at the moment. Because that's like saying you were here before it was cool. Brother, just admit, it wasn't cool until the moment it got cool. This show wasn't good until the moment it finally fucking gets good. And it's not good right now. It's just all over the place.
I don't know, I liked it from the first episode.
Yeah, we all liked it from the first fucking season. But now we're here, and they've forgotten how to tell a story.
I want you to put fucking like Homelander's fucking violin over that. Cause like,
just my descent into fucking anger.
That's just all I'm hearing from that whole thing. It's just like I'm fucking over this shit. This shit is so dumb, and all I'm hearing is the fucking violin.
I know, but it's just so fucking painful. God, it's just so, it's just so hard. I want it.
I need to put that on like
honestly,
my soundboard, and then like when you get triggered, I'm just gonna start playing it.
Honestly, the thing is like, I'm trying so hard to like stick to the show till the end. I'm like, oh look, I'm past the halfway point. It had its moments where it showed me it got good, so I'm like, maybe we'll get past this. And I mean, I'll give it credit where credit's due. We've gotten through this fucking like 3-day ceremony in pretty much like an episode, I believe, because I'm pretty sure tomorrow is the last day, and that's when we got to deal with these unknown fucking ogres that we've never met. But so, you know, it finally realized that we don't need 3 episodes to cover 20 minutes of a fucking day. But now it's just forgotten to tell me anything. So either the show exposits half a ton of shit that I don't need you to tell me, or it exposits nothing and hopes that I'll be fucking engaged. Like, this is how people get schizophrenia. This kind of mental manipulation is what drives a person to split in half and hear voices.
I don't think that's
like,
how people get schizophrenia.
I don't know. I think I'm going schizo-fucking-phrenic. Like, what the fuck is this show?
No, it means...
Maybe...
I think you're taking this a bit too seriously. I think you need to take a break.
I'm going to leave Slime alone for a couple of weeks. I might honestly leave it until it gets to the finale and just binge it all then. And with any luck, they'll have figured it out. How many episodes have they got left to get through? 10 more episodes. There you go. 10 episodes. Surely someone in that fucking production line is going to realize that they're missing an employee. Because I assume that's what's happened to cause all this fucking chaos. Oh, Slime, you're a disappointment,
You're right.
and I don't get why. It's such a fucking...
How the mighty have fallen.
Oh, yeah. I just don't get how it happened so fast. How did you do 2 good seasons and then just fall off a cliff?
Botch it.
Yeah. Is it because... did Spring intimidate them? Is that what happened? Was it like they gave the announcement and then they saw everything they were competing against and were like, oh, well, there's no point in trying to produce good because we're going to look dog shit to the majority? Like, I want to know. I want to know where'd the money go? Where'd the thinking go? Where did the employees go? The screenwriter? Any of them? You kept animators. That's it. And to be honest, I'm pretty sure they just animated still fucking frames. Because that's the other thing at the moment, is it's just a lot of still frames again, isn't it? It's not hard to animate
know
a
because I'm not watching
conversation.
it.
Oh, mate. You did the right thing. You did the right thing. You left this show at the right fucking time, because they're not turning it around like we hoped. And I will suffer through until the end still. So come back in 10 weeks if you want to hear fuck all about Slime, because I'm done for now. In
10 weeks we'll talk about... Dude, I'm actually excited for 10 more weeks. 10 more weeks we get re-fucking zero.
Whoa, I've not watched any ReZeros.
Yeah.
I'll get around to it at some point. But yeah, no. It's just gotta wait for now. I mean, I'm just gonna quickly, whilst it's on my mind, just so that I can remind myself that I am truly being serious about this. Where is that shit piece of a show? There it is. You, sir. You. Going on fucking hold for now. Be lucky it's not dropped. Okay? Be happy. Boom. There we go. Slime is now on fucking hold. Don't want to see it anymore. Don't want to think about it anymore. It's gone. It's gone from my anime list. It's peaceful times. Now I've just got 11 other shows to fucking catch up on. 11, I think.
I think to end off this episode, I will say something that made me feel very fucking old. It has been 27 years since the first chapter of One Piece came out in Japan.
Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. I'm sorry, but surely not. Surely.
No.
Surely it's not.
It's been 27
I'm
years.
older than One Piece. Oh fuck! I thought One Piece was older than me.
No, people don't think it's that old.
I honestly have always assumed One Piece was like older than me. I thought One Piece started in like the early 90s. Oh.
It was later
So I
90s.
am old.
Detective Conan has been going on for longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people just don't perceive this. People go like One Piece, longest anime ever.
To be fair, I think I've realised that like Detective Conan was older, and I'm like, why does no one ever talk about this fucking show? It's been running for 50 years. This was like the first anime ever made, honestly, at this point. But oh no, mate, thanks for making me feel fucking old. Like nothing better than someone saying, "You want to know what made me feel old? Something made after you were born." Slap in the face.
You are welcome.
Slap in the face. Fucking children and the way they talk to their elders, it's fucking ridiculous shit. You know what? I'm fucking done. I'm done with this shit. You know, fuck everyone. I'm going to bed. I quit.
And that will do it for this episode of the Weekly Weeb Podcast.
Fuck all of you. I'm done.
Talk to you guys later.
Honestly, I'm just going to cut me out the second I say I quit. I'm just going to come back with a fuck all of you and then just edit me out again. Be like, I'm done. I'm going. Call me fucking old, man.